Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Create Speak. I'm your host, John the Bopper, and today on our show we have a very special guest, the creator of Top 10 Beans. Give it up for Ashy! Give me a second to get the freaking soundboard thing. Yee.
Where am I?
Sorry, I had to kidnap you and put you in my show.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't stay long. I only have about 17 hours before I have to definitely be back to where I was because I was working on Top 10 Beans Part 3.
Holy shit. Top 10 Beans Part 3?
Wait, that's like private information though. You're not like recording this or anything, right?
No.
Oh, all right. It's all good then.
Anyway, since you're here, do you mind answering a few questions for the hypothetical audience that doesn't exist and isn't here?
Oh, sure. I'm always up to talk to hypothetical people.
Alright, so, besides being the illustrious creator of Top 10 Beans, you also do a lot of really cool art, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So, how did you get into doing that?
Well, it all started when I was about 4 years old. I lived in a little town called Yorkenstoffen, and my papa, he would show me these really cool paintings that he would do, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, I want to be just like you. And then he would slap me and he'd say, get out of here, go to your room, and I would say, oh, okay. But then in my room, through the tears, I would try to draw, and then one day he found them and he said, this is garbage, this is crap. So I was like, well, I'll show you, papa. So then I started drawing every day, and then I created these little characters, and that's where I am now.
Wow. This is like a true underdog story then.
Yeah, I mean, and the best part is, he died, so yeah, I got
Ah,
the last laugh because I'm not dead.
that's true. That's true. So, yeah, this is just like that one hockey movie I watched with my dad once. I forget what it's called. Uh,
Yeah, I love that movie. I forget what it's called.
yeah, it's great. But, anyway, so as far as your characters go, can you tell me a little bit about them?
Oh, okay, of course, because actually there's some things that I need to clear up about a few of them. So first you've got my persona, the purple hair girl, which is me. It's literally just me in real life, IRL. It's purple hair, it's like these black and white sleeves. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool character. But then you've got my OC Femi, and she's like this demon girl. She's got like one eye, but it's like in her mouth. But everyone thinks that like she has a mouth and an eye socket, but they are the same thing. They are, one is exactly the same as the other. They don't exist separately, you silly geese. But
It sounds like
let's move.
it sounds like Nightmare Anatomy.
Oh yeah, it is. That's why I did it, because I was like, well, that's, it's kind of a restraint, and I like restraint in art. It makes me have to force myself to be creative,
Oh.
But then you have, Elaine. She's like this little Victorian
She's
doll.
my favorite. I'm sorry. I needed to say it. I absolutely love
it's
Elaine.
okay. She is a little cutie patootie. She actually came to me originally in a dream, and fun fact, at first I was gonna make her like oh, she looks innocent, but she's actually oh, she's dangerous if you mess with her. But then I was like, oh, that's lame, so I just made her like really cute and shy all the time. Also, another fun fact, she's actually dating Femi, so I mean that's pretty cool. And then you have Slugsy. He's like a little demon slug. He can eat nightmares by sleeping on your chest. Don't judge how silly these lore things sound, okay? Because, like, I came up with a lot of it years ago. or at least over a year ago. So,
No, but like all of these
it's not
sound
me now.
really, really cool.
Oh, well, it is cool, and actually, it's not cringy or edgy or anything at all. So, actually, it's actually really cool. But then you have Jackie. She's the only other normal human being character that I have. But I mean, she's pretty cool, you know. I mean, she dresses in like, pretty high fashion kind of stuff. She's a little bit silly. Uh, and yeah, that's a little rundown of my characters. And yeah, so I mean, I had a lot of fun designing them and evolving them. And fun fact, Femi would not exist without this like art contest that my friend ran,
Hmm.
where it was like design a demon, and I was like, okay. And then she actually looked a lot edgier and worse, basically, whenever I drew her the first time. But now she's like actually like so awesome, and I actually love drawing her now. So,
Yeah, she's very cool.
so
Yeah,
anyways,
that's like 1,000 times better than any of my OCs because all of my OCs I think are me, my friend, another one of my friend, evil me,
that last one's really cool.
penguin. It's like no, I mean like obviously I come up with different ideas for movies and stuff as far as characters go, but there's only so much I can do as far as looks with real people.
Oh yeah, of course, and honestly, like, I'm just gonna be real here, John. When I tell you this all the time in private and in like servers and stuff, but I really think you're one of the best content creators and really just like, indie filmmakers that are like, in the game right now. I mean, I really enjoy your stuff, and honestly, like whenever we became friends, I was like, holy shrimp, because I was like, this dude makes like at least 100K subscriber worthy content, and I'm like, he's just like my friend. I'm like, wowzers.
Wowie, thank you. But getting back to what you said before about evolving your characters. How do you think your art style has evolved since like the years you started creating them?
Oh, oh my goodness gracious. This is actually so relevant because right before this call, I was talking to one of my friends about this because they've been friends with me since like 2017. They've seen my art evolve so much. Um, I used to like draw with a lot like thinner lines, and like I didn't change up the line thickness at all. I would leave out a lot of details just because I didn't want to draw them. And I mean, like, I'm not saying that's always a bad thing, but it was definitely not something that fit in the art that I wanted to make. So I found just over time I would just try to evolve it a little bit at a time, and that
Ah,
would include with character designs, because with a lot of my character designs I felt they got a little bit samey. Like even Femi, like at first her hair was not that long, it kind of just went down to like her shoulders, which I mean is like, I mean that's longer than most of them,
right.
but like I was like, well, I mean that's still a little short. So now I draw it like down to like her lower back or mid back at least. In most of my characters, it just goes down to like their neck.
Hmm.
Um, but I like drawing my persona a lot because to me, like she's kind of the way that I see how I have evolved my art in and of itself.
Right.
I mean, because I use more shapes. I just tried different like lighting practice on her in different like angles and stuff. And I mean, like she's come a long way. I used to draw her like half bald.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, I can show you a picture of it. I guess if you do like the video version too, you can put that on the screen.
Oh my
But
god.
and then yeah, she looks a lot different now, obviously. But yeah, so that's like that's kind of how it's evolved. I've just I've tried to think more about the colors I use for like shading. I used to like one of my friends gave me this tip one time where it was just like yellow and orange are like warmer colors, so use those for like light, and like blue and purple are kind of like cooler colors, so use those for shading. And that's definitely a useful tip, like if you know how to use it right. But I literally would just use like the what's it called, the like the paint, no, not paintbrush, it's like a, you know what, I'll just open Ibis Paint real quick and see what it's called. But it's like airbrush. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
okay.
I would use the airbrush, and I would literally like, I wouldn't layer the lighting or anything to like give any depth to the art, which I mean, again, that can work, depending on like what you're drawing and like what your style is. But for my style, it definitely didn't work. It just kind of made it look like a big mess. So
Gotcha.
I I definitely feel like I've come a long way just in terms of like that, like, you know.
Like, yeah, no, I can
Uh,
absolutely see like the massive glow up. Also, sort of off topic, but it is are you trying to get me to neck myself in this picture?
hmm?
Because like
What?
I see like the hand on the left side right underneath your waist, and it's doing like the thing.
Oh, the little yeah, I thought that was so funny. I was like, haha, gotcha.
I just noticed that. Man, 2017 feels like years ago. 2016, 2017. It's like,
No, that was like 2018.
oh, wow. You were really
Yeah.
behind on trends. No, but
Yeah.
no, but seriously, honestly, even back then, it looks really good. It looks pretty good. Like it looks better than something I would have made when I was 13.
Well, that's just the oldest art that I have. Like, my art, even before that, like, I was doing things that, like, again, I'm not gonna keep saying this. Just keep in mind for the rest of the podcast, like, if I say something that I used to do that I stopped doing because I didn't like it, that doesn't mean that I don't think it can work. It's just that I don't think it's right for my style. But like, I used to use the circle tool like all the time, and it just made my art feel like so cookie cutter, in the way that it like looked. It like, because it took away a little bit of that just like naturalness to the lines and stuff like that, that I feel like I have really gotten good at now. I mean,
Yeah.
like, like I think that I can do pretty round shapes now, like without any help. Like it's just my thumb, which also, yeah, that's another thing. I draw on a phone with my thumb, which is something that I know a lot of artists don't do and would never do because they're like, that is so hard. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I like every time that I try to draw on like a drawing tablet, like I haven't tried it a lot because I've rarely ever had access to them. But like every time that I have tried it, I don't know, like it's something that I'd have to get used to, and I'm
Right.
so used to drawing on my phone. Like, and also it gives my art that kind of like, I don't know, it gives it a kind of vibe, like, because it's hard to get um, like really just defined, uh, area coverage with like strokes, um, with your thumb. So I kind of like scribble, but like I've gotten so used to it that I can like outline exactly where I need it to be without like going over the edges a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, believe it or not, you are the second person on this show so far who uses their finger to draw.
oh, I didn't hear any of the other people talk about it, and I listened to the episodes that have been posted so far. Was it the person that hasn't been posted yet?
No, believe it or not, it was the first one.
Oh,
Me and Lily
really?
didn't.
Oh, did she just not talk about it?
Yeah, no, she
Or
doesn't
they?
touch on
Sorry.
it much. Yeah, it's like it. Yeah, she just didn't really mention much about it. It's just like it's become such
I
a
see.
natural thing to her. She has a drawing tablet, but she doesn't use it. Like,
I mean, I technically have one. It's just been broken since like 2015.
I forget who even got it for her, but I think it was like a Christmas or birthday present or something. And they're like, okay, now you can stop drawing on your phone. Everything's fine. And then she takes it and shoves it away. She's like, no, no, it's fine. It's fine. But no, the thing is, it's like if it works, it works. You know, I mean, I draw in Scratch Offline on an Xbox controller, so
That is really cool. I did not know that.
yeah, people in like other servers I'm in have given me a lot of crap about it because it's like you're absolutely insane. But the thing is, drawing with a controller really helps my carpal tunnel. So, because I don't have to move my wrists.
Well, I don't want to spend the whole episode just talking about like my style itself, but if if you want to talk about to this hypothetical episode, it's obviously like it's not being recorded, right?
Oh no, of course not. I would never.
Yeah, but to this hypothetical episode, like, do you like have any like questions that you want to ask me besides just about like the style itself, or even just about me personally?
Well, actually, yeah, I wanted to ask. So we've already done like a little bit of a rundown on your characters. Do you like have any plans for them? Like, do you have any stories that you want to tell in any, sort of way?
Well, yeah, I do have plans for, but the thing is, like, I'm so lazy. I mean, you know that it took me like 2 weeks to get you your Halloween profile picture or something. So like, anytime that I have an idea, I'll just sit on it until like I just randomly draw it, like sketch it, and then I'm like, wow, that's really good. I should finish that, and then I won't finish it for like a month, and that's if I'm lucky enough to just randomly decide to draw it. But
Right.
um. But yeah, I do have plans with them. I already have kind of enacted some plans, like, drawing Femi and Elaine together. I haven't posted any of it, but I mean, like they're
Yeah.
girlfriends, they're little cutie pies. Uh, Also, I feel like I should just throw this out there just in case anyone hasn't picked up on it. Yes, I sound like a guy. Um, but I am actually transgender, and that is so cool. So I'm actually a girl, but
You don't
yeah.
sound
So
much like a guy to me. I don't know. I just never really heard it.
well, thank you, John. But yeah. So just in case any confusion arises there, I'm not like masquerading as a woman, but I'm actually a man or anything. I'm just a cool chick that made a video called Top 10 Beans.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I need to ask, how did you come up with the brilliance that is YouTube's pinnacle top 10 beans?
Well, you see, what I did was I realized that in iMovie, you can edit videos and you can make slideshows into videos, and you can layer audio on top of them. So obviously, what I did was I went to a YouTube video downloader site that probably gave me like 10 viruses, but
Uh,
it's okay. Anyways, I went on that. I downloaded uh, Every Time We Touch Nightcore, obviously. I mean, that song is goated. I downloaded that. I just looked up like top 10 beans on Google and went to like a random health website and downloaded like 10. Yeah, I downloaded like 10 of the pictures, but I didn't use all 10 of them, obviously. I mean, if you've seen the video, you know it doesn't make it to 10. But
yeah.
uh, I downloaded those, and then I literally just edited them. I forgot. I also went to like just a like make a intro for me like website, and I put like the top 10 beans, your title here or whatever, like intro, and then I just downloaded that and I put it at the beginning, and I thought it'd be funny to just have it say like made with makeit.com or whatever in the bottom corner. But anyways, I put that at the beginning. I put all the slides, and then I was like, well, they should probably have like some text, because if you're gonna make a health video about like it's like a slideshow, you obviously need to have some information about the the whatever it is.
And
So
that's
I was like, well, okay, number one, here is cocoa beans. I love chocolate. And then here is number two. Here's coffee beans. I don't drink, but Propel like it. And yeah, so I just kept going from there. And honestly, I think my favorite slide in the whole video is Adzuki because it just says Adzuki, and I think that's funny. But also, here's if no one listened this far, they are missing out on this crucial knowledge of the universe. It is one of my favorite things that I don't think anyone has ever noticed, or if they did, they just didn't find it funny like I do. But if you listen when it goes to Adzuki, if you listen under the every time we touch, you can hear it just go like it's like a swoosh,
oh my
and it's
god.
I every time I watch it, I just hear that and I just giggle to myself because I'm like it's so stupid to have in there because no one knows it.
Yeah, no, I
But
never
yeah,
realized.
but yeah, during this whole segment, feel free to just be playing an audioless version of Top 10 Beans. Just in case no one's seen it and they wanna witness it. You know,
I think the world needs to know. I'm also probably gonna leave a link to it in the description solely because it's just
it's the greatest
masterpiece.
video. Yeah, it's. I mean, no video will ever come close to it. Well, actually, I can't say that because Seeing Spots, I mean, that's a great video. I still to this day, like, I think that video is so good. Like, I will watch it sometimes and just, I don't know. Everything about it is just so, like, fun. Oh, we need to talk about this. Uh, Pigman.
Oh
Pigman
yeah.
is so good. If you have not seen Pigman, go watch it.
Literally
It
go
is you
watch it.
can watch at least the first three because they are so good. It is a perfect trilogy. They're not long. They're like 10 minutes. The second one's 20 minutes.
The second one's my favorite. I love
Yeah,
Pigman
they're
2.
they're so good. If you need just like some motivation to watch it, the dad in the second one is so good. I'll give you just this one line from him. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Yes. Yes. No,
That
everyone I know who has refused to watch Pigman, I've just cut out of my life forever. They're not worth it.
exactly. Pigman is the spiritual successor that came 11 years before Top 10 Beans to Top 10 Beans.
It was like the magnum opus before Top 10 Beans came along.
Yeah, like it was really like I hadn't seen it yet though, so I can't say it was the predecessor, but it is definitely like it just matches that same kind of energy where it's just like I don't know. I always liked content like that, just like made by like it doesn't have to have a high budget or a lot of effort put into it. You can tell that they were just having fun with it.
Yeah, like it was made by people.
Yeah, like, and that's why I like your content too. Not that it's like low effort or anything, but like you can tell that it's like you are having fun making it, and you like, you're not just like making it to be, to be like successful or anything. You just wanted to make this idea that you had into a reality.
Yeah, that's sort of where everything kind of comes from me. It's like, oh, I had this really funny thought. Let's film it. Let's make this a thing. That way I can look back on it and be like, that was funny. But oh, did I ever tell you about the time that friend of mine, my friend Brobo, who is also like a pretty awesome YouTuber, he once made a video about video editing, and he was like, hey, so Random Things of the Movie is a great example of a good movie that has really bad editing. And I'm like, oh man, that hurts. That hurts a lot. But then he's like, no, that's actually like a really good thing later on in the video. But I didn't watch that far at the time. I like stopped right when he said, yeah, this movie has like really crappy effects. and I stopped, and I was getting ready to write out a whole like Twitter thread of like why Brobo should be canceled now. A thread number one. He was really mean to me, and then I was talking to him later, and he's like, "Dude, did you finish the video?" And I'm like, "Well, no." So I went back, and he's like, "No, no, this is like a good example of working with what you have. This is an incredible film that just was edited using whatever was lying around, kind of software." And I'm like, "Oh, now I feel like a dick."
Well, you should. I mean, that was kind of a dick thing to do, John.
I'm
You should
sorry.
feel bad.
I feel terrible. Brobo, if you're listening to this, I love you, man. Take me back. Take me back, Brobo.
If you're listening to this, go on your community tab and post a link to Top 10 Beans. Say, haha, guys, look at this funny video I found. Smiley face.
It's true. Now we'll know if he listens to this.
It is true. And if he doesn't listen to this and he doesn't do that, someone should not be your friend anymore. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's how I know he's a snake for real.
Yeah, I've listened to all of the episodes.
Wow. I don't even think that Vin's listened to all the episodes, and he's like my bestest buddy.
Well, now I'm your bestest buddy, I guess.
This is true.
So yeah, well, any other questions though, like about any inspirations? I heard you ask everyone else about that.
Oh yeah, no, I was getting to that. Yeah. Do you have any inspirations that might have attributed to the style that you sort of were going for in the beginning, the style you go for now? How has that changed?
Well, I've always, on the internet, I've always been around artists, and I've always wanted to be an artist my entire life. I've had different inspirations. When I was in, 4th grade, I was like, Leonardo da Vinci is so cool. I wish that I could draw like him.
I wish I could cut my ear off, too.
No, that was Vincent van Gogh, you silly goose.
Wait, was
Oh
it?
my gosh. Yes.
I don't know my Renaissance man.
Yeah, well, guess which one? Oh, he wasn't Renaissance. He was 1893 or something.
I swear to God, he was You can't tell me that I'm wrong about this. He showed up in that one epic rap battle of history with Rhett and Link and Smosh.
Yeah, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
Yeah. I was
where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were actually so bad somehow.
Right? The other team went so hard. They made the Turtles look like garbage. But, wait, okay, but wait, back on topic. What were you saying before?
Oh, I was saying that, I've had a multitude of influences. I draw a lot of cartoony art. I draw a lot of horror art that's surrealism based. I have a lot of different styles. So whenever I'm doing surrealist art, I think about I grew up watching horror movies, even horror movies that I shouldn't have, and a lot of that can be attributed to my just some of my family that would turn it on. I think I cried at 2 horror movies that they would show me. And then after that, I didn't cry anymore. I was just I was unfazed by horror, and I just found it interesting. And even to this day, that's true. I watch horror movies, and even the ones that I can agree are actually thrilling or scary, I'm not personally scared by. A Quiet Place, I think that movie is phenomenal, and I think that it's the horror in it is done really well, but I still don't get scared by it. And and also there are just horror movies that horror to me is kind of just a dark comedy genre, right? To me, it's not something that you look for scares in. It's something that you look for entertainment from in dark places,
Right.
Even if it's bad. Countdown, the movie Countdown, so bad. I love Countdown. I I remember watching that in the theater with my friend, and we literally would count down to every single jump scare because we could see it coming from a mile away, and we died. We were laughing so hard in the theater. We probably ruined everybody else's experience, and I'm sorry if you were there and for some reason cared that much about that movie. I'm sorry, but that was one of my favorite horror movie watching experiences ever.
Yeah, guys,
Um,
sorry, but you should just get better taste.
you really should if you actually enjoy that movie, thinking it's like a masterpiece of filmmaking.
Yes,
I
the way
mean,
that the guy came out and went ooga booga blah was really funny. Was really like incredibly well done. The cinematography, you know.
no, the scene where the funny comedian man, he deals with the Karen and he says, "I am the manager. How can I help you?" And then she says, "You just lost a customer," and he says, oh no, come back, no." I mean that actually did make me laugh in the theater.
Wait, is that real?
Yes.
Oh my god, that
Okay,
no.
spoilers for Countdown, but basically they have this app and it counts down to your death, and then like they go to this IT guy and they're like, "Hey, can you this says I have like 20 hours to live. Can you hack it to make me have like a bazillion years?" And then he's like, "Oh, sure, yeah, I can do that." But before they do that, this Karen's in there and she's like, why is my phone like $300? It should be free." And then he's like, "No." And then she's like, let me speak to your manager." And then he's like, "Okay." And he turns around and he's like, "I am the manager. How can I help you?" And then she's like, "Oh, you just lost a customer."
Dude,
And I
dude,
was like,
like, dude turns around. I am the manager.
no, it was really snarky though.
Oh man.
But yeah, but also like horror that's like genuine has always been like like I like them both. I like really well done horror and I like really cheesy horror. And I have never got why people thought Nightmare on Elm Street was a scary movie at all,
It's
because
not.
like sure, the thought of like being killed in your sleep, like that's kind of scary, but like just the actual thought of like yeah, just Freddy Krueger as a character. He's not scary. He's literally like the Joker. Like, and like depending on the version. He's literally just a comedian. All of his kills are just puns. He's just like, "Oh man, you stink. You need a bath." And then he'll put you in like an acid bath. Like the hell's that not
Yeah.
funny?
He stabs you through the chest and like pulls up his like claws. He's like slice to meet you.
Exactly. It's so silly.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm wrong though, because I haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street since I was like 9.
Okay, wait, but like
So
the original Freddy, like the original Freddy Krueger from like Nightmare 1 specifically. After that, he becomes like a real funny guy. But in 1, they actually did try to pass him off as menacing, and it really did
well,
just come
that's
off
kind
as
of true for
cheesy.
like all horror movies from that era, isn't it? Like Chucky in the first Child's Play movie was supposed to be like a real threat, and even
Yeah.
like kind of in the second one, but like after that, he's literally just a comedian.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like I think at that time like, they were horror films were basically all cheesy B movies. So later on as, time passed, they're like, "You know what? Yeah, no, they're pretty funny in hindsight. Let's just keep it funny."
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like I like just like humor in horror movies or just like funny things in horror movies. And like that's why a lot of my horror art is not supposed to be scary. Like it's supposed to have elements of just, like body horror or, like just,
Like
unease
like
or
the
just dark elements,
like
but it's not supposed to like make you wet yourself. It's just supposed to be like, "Oh, here's this monster." But like even in my normal art, like Femi, she's a demon, but like all I ever do is just draw her being like super cute or like super like cool. I don't draw her being like, I'm gonna kill you."
no, yeah, when you said about the body horror, the first thing I thought back to was like the milking grimace thing.
Oh yeah, I love Milk and Grimace.
That was so
I
good.
also Yeah, I drew Jack's films with a big long sausage forehead. I I also drew him as a minion. I don't know. I think it's funny. I don't find it, like scary. And I obviously like I try to keep it away from like triggering, but I like it to be a little like just strange, you know.
Yeah.
But if I ever go like if I ever cross a line, like if I draw like gore or something, I'll like, I'll be like, "Hey, here's a little bit of a trigger warning, But if, just like in general, I don't usually try to make it too bad. I just try to keep it like lighthearted, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to give anyone a heart attack. You just want to make people go, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah, or like, oh, that's nice.
That's really quirky, you know?
That's why I like to send like oh yeah, the Minin, by the way, you still need to print him out and put him in your room.
I know. I've been putting it off. I went to Staples like a week ago, and I'm like, Minun? Wait, no money. Oh.
Oh, you should have texted me. I would have sent you the money immediately.
Oh man, I know. Honestly, okay. After this week, I'm gonna go to the library. That way, I can print him out for free, and I will hang him up on my wall, right underneath like the Smash Bros poster next to me, so he can watch me while I sleep.
You better. In fact, you know what? Everyone listening to this, every John the Bopper video that shows his room from now on, where he does not have the Minin hanging up in his wall, like on his wall, you have to comment "Where Minin?" ? And just keep doing that until eventually he shows up.
Please do that. I want you to hold me to this.
Yeah, hold you accountable for your crimes.
Yeah, finally taking responsibility. I sit down in front of a camera. Hey guys, I'm sure you heard about the recent allegations against me. I apologize. There's been a severe lapse in my judgment.
And then you pull out the ukulele.
And then I pull out like a dog.
Did you know Gru's first name is Felonious?
No!
It's Felonious Gru.
I thought his name was just Gru.
No, it's Felonious Gru. Gru is his last name.
Gru is his last name?
Yes. Clearly you don't watch your Minions movies and
No,
Despicable Me 3s.
Oh, I didn't watch Despicable Me 3. I stopped at 2.
Me too. I didn't care enough to see it.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Minions 2, though, I actually thought was really good. Surprisingly.
Minions 2, I like the parts with Gru so much.
Yeah, I mean, the Minions, they're Minions. Like, it's slapstick comedy, so if slapstick's your thing, I mean, it's like, it's still hit or miss, but like, they are still fun sometimes. I thought the airplane scene was really funny. Or at least fun. Like just them going straight down and then landing it perfectly. I mean, that got a giggle out of me. But I mean, still, yeah, it depends on your sense of humor. But I thought that the story aspects with like Gru and stuff, I thought those were really good. I thought they were like really sweet too.
Surprisingly good, yeah. I mean, that had like original Despicable Me charm to it.
But yeah, I like talking about like a lot of my influences. Hollow Knight, I heard the last person that like you've posted so far, they talked about it, and I really like, if you look at my art, it's kind of obvious how influenced I was by Hollow Knight in terms of like character design.
Yeah.
I really loved that game, and a large part of it was the art style. I mean, like, and the music. I thought the gameplay was fine. I thought it was like fun, but just exploring the environments, talking to the characters, and like hearing their like humor, and the fucking the music in the fights is like, it's all just so perfect.
It goes hard for sure.
Like the Mantis sisters, like that fight. That fight is my favorite fight, I think, probably in any game. Probably, or at least tied with like some of the fights in Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, there's something so just cool about fights in games that are completely, like, you control them completely, but they still feel choreographed, so it makes it feel like you are, like, completely in control, and you are doing, like, this dance. Like in the
Right.
Mantis Sisters fight, if you go to this one area, you can actually fight all three of them at the same time.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's in like a DLC part, but you can fight all three of them at the same time, and it's not that hard. I mean, the fight itself is not that hard if like once you get once you get it figured out, but just the actual doing the fight is like it just feels so fluid. Like it is probably, yeah, probably even overshadowed the Colossus fights. It's probably my favorite fight in any game ever. It's like I could just do it infinitely and never get bored of it, you know?
Yeah.
But if you look at like just like the roundness in my character designs, the like the colors that I use, I feel like a lot of it is very Hollow Knighty, you know?
Yeah. No, I can see it.
Um Especially with Elaine. I mean, Elaine is literally a fucking like a white porcelain head with black eyes.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
I'm
that's
I'm not gonna lie to you. When you showed me
you thought
like
she was Hollow Knighty.
when you
Or the hollow, like you thought she was like a Hollow Knight OC or something.
well, yeah, I did. But I was also gonna mention how when you showed me the old art of your character, I immediately started to like draw like draw comparisons to like story time animators. I don't know why.
Oh, that's funny you say that because exactly that. I told you I was like in communities of like artists and a lot of them knew storytime animators, and I even like did know some storytime animators for a time.
Whoa, you knew Domix personally?
Oh no, not Domix, like the smaller ones. Like not small, but like 20K subs.
Just the small 20 million subscriber ones, like the odd ones out, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like he was just an up and comer, and I was there for him. I was just like, hey, Jim, was it? You got some real potential. What was your video talking about? Dominoes or something? Yeah,
So
that was real
true.
fun. That was really funny, kid. You're gonna be a star someday, and then somehow he blew up, and he acts like he doesn't even know me now. So,
Wow.
fun fact, he actually met one of my friends in an elevator one time.
Oh, no way, same. But
But yeah, oh, speaking of, I think we should talk about Jack because I think I'm the first person to be in like the Jack films community in like on your podcast, right?
yeah, no, you're the first.
Yeah, so like let's talk about him a little bit maybe. What's how did you first get into him? Like
Oh, me.
I mean, I can see a lot of his influence in like your comedy and your like sketches and stuff like that, but like what specifically drew you to him?
It's because I hate to admit it, I've been watching him since I was 5 years old. I like I mentioned this actually in somebody at my school was writing a news article about me. He asked about like my influences, and I'm like, oh, well, there's Tom Scott. You got as far as animation style goes, Cyanide and Happiness, and then you got like Jack's films, and those were like the big three that sort of defined my early style and stuff. And I was telling him, when I was 13, I was sad as shit. I was a sad little bitch boy. I don't know why I said it like that. But
Acting like anything's changed.
but yeah, no, I was like, yeah, no, it was really like an escape for me to just sit down and watch like old Jack PMSs. So I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, this guy's really cool. He makes me feel better, and I've never even met this guy. I'm sure I could do what he does really easily. Obviously, not actually really easily. I didn't actually think that, but like,
Well, I mean, I know one thing about him that you can say is untrue about you that makes you look better.
what's that?
You've never been friends with the Buscus.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. Oh man, I remember though when we were little kids, um, Vin was a massive Tobuscus fan. Every time I came over to his house and he wasn't playing Minecraft,
He
or
was saying nugget, biscuit, nugget, and a biscuit.
yes,
Do you like my sword, 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 my diamonds?
exactly, yes, or he would have like one of the music videos on his TV and he's like playing a list of them, and I'd be like, yeah, no, okay, he's pretty sick. He's kind of funny, and then oh no, no,
Oh no, he's posing with a terrorist. Oh no, he's like talking to literal like nobody accounts on Twitter about how transgender people are evil or something like that. Like,
yeah.
what a fall from grace he had.
I
I
mean,
mean,
like,
apparently behind the scenes he's always been a big piece of shit, but like, publicly, what a fall from grace.
no, I mean, like, I remember me and Vin were talking about this exact thing one night, and he's like, "Hey, so is it still like okay to like Tobuscus content?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Let's find out." So I went to his Twitter, and I was like, "Does Tobuscus hate gay people?" And and it said no, he doesn't hate gay people, and then yes, he does hate gay people. So I'm like, which one is it? Because he says like two different things in each tweet. Like later tweets will be like, I think everyone should have rights, and then in his earlier one he's
A
like,
right to
I
die.
and then in like his earlier tweets it's like, I did not essay my girlfriend. I did not essay my girlfriend, bro. I didn't do that. And then everyone else was like, yeah, you did. Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? You did that. He's like, oh. And they
I'm not
lost.
gonna lie, I never liked any Tobuscus content other than two things that I didn't know Tobuscus was responsible for either of, or at least, taking part in either of.
Which ones?
Nugget biscuit, nugget and a biscuit, nugget biscuit, nugget and a biscuit, nugget biscuit, nugget and a biscuit, dip it all in mashed potatoes.
He made a second one.
I don't want to listen to it, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
And then also the annoying orange TV show.
Oh my god. No. I knew that he was like on the I knew he was like sliding down like my favorites list the moment that he showed up in the fucking annoying orange show. Oh, I hated that.
No, I actually like I never even like okay, when I was a little kid, I watched Cartoon Network like religiously.
Yeah.
Um so I just liked anything that was on Cartoon Network because I mean I watched it nonstop,
Oh
you
no,
know.
like
So
I think I was
I
in
liked the annoying orange TV show because I saw it all the time and I was just like, ah, he said, nah, 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 nah. That's funny. And
yeah.
then guess what? I find out once I finally get internet access at 10 years old. The annoying orange has a YouTube channel.
Oh my
That
god,
was shocking to
you
me.
watched the show first?
Yes, I was a little kid with no internet
Oh
access.
my god. I never even thought that I never even thought of like the perspective of somebody who didn't have internet and grew up watching the show instead of the channel, cuz I grew up watching the channel. Like
Do you know what's really weird though?
what?
So, you know, we know about this YouTuber man named Jax Films, right? And
Yeah.
he's friends with a YouTuber man, really cool, awesome man named Brock Baker, right?
Yeah, Brock Baker is kind of awesome. He plays Eduardo.
He plays Brody Fox though.
He
And
does.
do you know what really shocked me when I heard that information was it made me realize two things. Wow, Brock Baker is old, and wow, I am young. No insult to Brock Baker. He's not actually like even that old. I was, it's just a little joke. It's just a little
Yeah,
tease, Brock.
no, for
You know I
sure.
love you. But
Yeah.
but I was like 4 or 5 years old, and or probably a little older than that. But like my cousin literally showed me like Yo Mama videos, and me and my brother and my cousin like we would quote them nonstop. Like we'd be like, "Yo Mama, so ugly, she got arrested for mooning." And, like that was like so funny to us as like little kids. And now we are like adults, and I find out that Brock Baker, another YouTuber I've been a fan of for a long time, and that I now am like one step away from in the 6 degrees of separation because he knows Jax Films and I technically know Jax Films. That's crazy to me. Like
That's
I
true.
was like, oh,
He has said your name before.
he has, and we've talked on a VC before.
Yeah.
So So I mean, we're pretty much like besties, you know.
Yeah, you
Like, you
guys are
know,
basically the same person.
the Jax Films Council, they can act like, you know, like, oh, we work for him. We are so close to him. Has he ever said thank you for giving me $150 in one night? Uh, didn't think so.
Oh man. No, but
Have
like
you ever regretted giving him $150 for no reason multiple times? Didn't think so.
the most I'm willing to spend is $5 because that's all I have.
I am very immature with my money sometimes, but like I make sure that I get what I need, and that's when I start blowing it. But then I'll like regret it because I'll be like, like maybe I could have like pitched in a little bit more to this thing, or I could have like bought this other thing that I really want. Because I mean, like, yeah, I love donating to Jack and just like making people feel good, like, oh my gosh, thank you, Ashy, I'm a sub now, thank you. Like that feels good,
Yeah.
but
But
it sucks whenever like it'll be like the next day and I'll be like, oh crap, I only have $300 left
no, I think
on
that's
my.
like I think that's the risk that comes with like buying anything that you don't necessarily need. Like let's say
Yeah,
I
but I
were
also I
to
like giving people money too, so that's like another reason I do it, because I'm not only giving him money and he's like a big influence on me and like a big, like someone I'm a big fan of, but I also like giving to the community because honestly, like the Jax Films community is like the only community I'm actually a part of, honestly, and it's like it's so funny to me because I'm just Queen Poopy Fart but lol, and
that's so
everybody's just like,
true.
oh my god, it's Queen Poopy Fart but lol. And like they know me, and that's so crazy to me because before this community, I had only been part of like small, like, personal communities basically.
Jeez, you want to talk about small personal communities? Try being friends with people in the Flipnote community. Oh
Oh, like
man.
I actually I think that would be cool.
Yeah, no,
If
like
you're a Flipnote artist, hit me up because I would love like a Flipnote commission, honestly.
no. The thing is, like, I know a couple dozen. Like, I know
Yeah,
Brombo.
tell them hit me up. I love Flipnote art. It's really cool to me.
Yeah, I mean, Brombo is probably like the biggest one I know. I help run his server now. Uh,
Wait a minute, I know that name.
the Miranda guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's all like, guys, this is Miranda. She's one of the boys. And then he hits her with a table.
Wait, so I've got like a few questions for you though, if you don't mind.
Yeah, okay, shoot.
So first, like, what of your videos is your favorite? And it doesn't have to be comedy. I know you've made like a few like serious ones too.
Of my of my videos, which ones are my favorites? Well, I have three. I have three that come to mind almost immediately. Uh,
Yeah, hit me.
there's The Notebook. I love The Notebook. Um, what else? There's uh, come on, I'm trying to think. The sandwich video, the video where I talk about sandwiches. That one,
Good one.
that one was like, I did research for that. I cared a lot about that one, and I guess probably I guess seeing spots would be the third one. Yeah.
I love seeing spots. I'm not gonna lie though, what solidified it as my favorite is just the scene where you're just like, or not you, but like like, sorry, actor man, I don't know your name. uh, but he's like, have you guys seen a dot that's about like yay big? And it's not even yay big. It's like bigger than that. And
Yeah.
he's just like, have you guys seen it? And then it just. No, that's not a mistake though, John. Like I think that amplifies it. That makes it like even better. But anyways, like the I mean I don't know why I'm explaining it to you. I'm just kind of giving context if anyone hasn't seen it, I guess. But like they just start making out like
Yeah.
like that scene that took me out. Like I was actually like laughing for about 5 whole minutes just rewatching that.
Yeah, like I mean, originally it was gonna be like Like, the way that I had written it out was, he runs away. The two passionately make out on the bench. They start taking off their shoes. But, yeah, no, I specifically had Lily and Nick do that because, like, they are so madly in love with each other. It's kind of disgusting. But
Oh, they did not hold back on the disgusting aspects of that. You know, they said no holds barred, and they
yeah, they've done that. Like, I got the idea because they've done that before in a blooper reel that I made for Random Things Christmas Carol. Oh wait, no, that might be one of my favorites too. That was really good, especially like when I put the vintage filter on it for the second channel. That was pretty fun.
Well, speaking of Christmas, you have a Christmas collaborative piece coming up, right? Where it's just a lot of people in your community, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I haven't gotten too many submissions just yet, although I figured since I gave people a lot of time it would take longer. I've gotten 2 so far. And
Well, I plan on I plan on doing a little thing. I'm not a professional animator, but I might make like a little slideshow, a little proof of concept for it, you know?
cool. Yeah,
And
anything helps because like all that money, it's all going to charity. It's all going to NAMI, the Mental Illness Alliance.
oh man, I did not know that.
Yeah,
You probably said it somewhere and I just didn't see, but yeah, that's really cool. Um, I might, you know, just throw in. I might just chip in a little bit of extra money just to help that out.
Wowie, thank you.
But yeah, let's see. Do you have any other questions or any other topics that you would like to discuss?
Well, I think I only had 2 more. One of them is if you had any advice for people who want to make art that are starting out, what would it be?
It would be do your own thing. Don't try to copy other people. You can take inspiration from people and, you know, take like do what you think would fit for you. Don't try to be someone else though, you know. Don't be like, "Oh man, I really like JG Quintel's art style, so I'm just going to completely replicate it." I mean, like it's fine if you want to do that, but you know, like just personally, you know, like do it if you want to do it, not because, you know, you think that that's what other people would want to see you do or because you think that's what's going to get you big, you know? Like I'm not even, you know, that big myself, but I promise you the best and most rewarding feeling when you make art is when you have made something that you can just look at and you can go that is mine, you know? Like not that is something that I made out of, you know, other people's things, you know? Like if you make a character in JG Quintel's style or, you know, Matt Groening style or anything like that, and then you're just like, oh man, I really made this look like if this character were in The Simpsons. It's like, yeah, you did, but like, are you really proud of it, or you know, you know, do you just like that you were able to do that?
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
You know, and it doesn't matter what your art style is. I used to be like super gatekeepy, like, oh, modern art's not real art. But I mean, like, if you genuinely like, you know, I still personally don't like modern art, but if you genuinely like have a reason to make it and you like making it, or you know, like there's just anything that you felt a reason to make it for, like, you know, I might not think that it's the best or even personally like it, but I don't think anyone should be able to stop you, you know? Even like the guy that just taped a banana to a wall, he thought modern art was stupid. And the whole reason that he did that was to showcase that, but that in itself had meaning. And like someone pointed that out to me once, and I was just like, wow, well, you know, I guess, I mean, you know, still don't necessarily like it, but like it's all just, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to make it, you know. Don't hold yourself back. Don't think, oh man, you know, I want to make this drawing, but the style, like, you know, the shading would be too hard, the you know, angle is too hard. Practice, you know, do what you want to do. Don't be scared to just take a step And I know that's like pretty generic advice, but I promise it works. Like it really does. Like I've been doing that for about the past year and a half. I used to not draw different body types because I was scared of misrepresenting them. I used to not use certain coloring techniques because I was like, well, it just wouldn't work. I did a lot of things I didn't do a lot of things that genuinely have improved my art now that I do them. And I feel like I could have actually gotten better even sooner if I had just, not been so scared of doing things wrong. Because it's art. I mean, you're gonna do things wrong. I make about 20 sketches a week, and I post about 2 completed art pieces a month, maybe. But I'm still proud of the sketches, and I'm proud of the artwork. And if I'm not proud of the sketches, I don't let it bother me because I'll say, what can I make it better? How can I make it better? And I'll just do whatever it is that makes it better. And, I'm genuinely proud of the stuff that I can make now. Yeah, sorry, I can go on really, really long rants where I just
No, no, no.
speak my mind about things.
It's fine, honestly. There's definitely somebody I know who's going to hear that snippet before anybody else does, and it's because I'm gonna send it to them like immediately after this.
Well, wait, you can edit this part out. What's their name?
Oh, I'll tell you like immediately after.
Oh, I was just gonna say, hey, name. You really needed to hear that, didn't you?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But okay, so finally, is there anything specific that you want to plug?
A few things. First, obviously, Top 10 Beans. Go watch it. Secondly, how many things am I allowed to plug?
As many as you want.
Okay, secondly, go follow my Instagram. That's my main art platform at AshyVEVO, Instagram.com/AshyVEVO. Go follow that. Thirdly, support Palestine. Fuck Israel. Uh, Fourthly, follow and subscribe to John Bopper. He's very cool. And fifthly, be my friend. Sixthly, buy my commissions. I'm opening them soon. Follow my Instagram and you'll see information about that. Seventhly, go buy a pet chinchilla, but only do it once you've done enough research. Eighthly, do not support the YouTuber known as Big Hairy Nipples. He's not a good person, and he hurt me in a lot of ways with a big baseball bat. And he broke my knees and he broke my shins. Ninthly, teach me how to count to 10 because I really can't remember how to get there.
Gotcha.
I had something else, but I can't remember what comes next. So,
all right, I'm gonna have some of those linked in the description. Okay, I'm going to put you in this little well now. I have like this hole digged out in the ground. You're going to go in there now. Okay, I'm putting you in. You're going in there. Okay. All right. Well, that's our show, everybody. I'll see you all next week when I don't actually have the guest planned for next week, but I will. You'll see who it is. So sorry, you can't ask questions this time. Alright. I will see you all in the next one. Please go support Ashy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!